I was surprised when Tim said this is the first play he's ever written because of the dialogue. Dialogue is not always easy to write. And again, coming from someone that has a classical training background and it was and has fallen in love with the musicality of language. Um, have read and performed in many pieces, and this play is unique because it really feels like there is a distinct heartbeat to every character. The way that they speak, the musicality within the characters is distinct enough that you don't hear just the author's voice. You hear these characters' unique voices. And again, it's that musicality, that awareness of the musicality of it that I feel it was it was impressed upon me. I was impressed by his work because it just doesn't come that easy for some playwrights. So I do look forward to his future plays um, because of how well he is in touch with himself and in touch with the human condition and the things that matter to him. Um, he's a father, he's a husband, he's a son, he's a friend, he's a brother, he's a business partner. Um, he has a lot of things to draw from. Um, and the way he listens and the way he presents the work, it really unifies us um, as an audience and as artists. So I do look forward to his work because I know him very closely as a friend, and I know that his heart is in the right place, and I know that bring up concepts and ideas and topics that will help. And I love being a part of that type of theater where someone can come to a show or read a piece and it can help you ask the questions that maybe you didn't know to ask or begin to answer questions that you've been struggling to answer. Hi, my name is Damian Lewis, Damian D. Lewis to be exact, and I am the director of a new play called Salvage. If you want to learn more about this unique play playing at the Hudson Theater that has live music involved with it, country music to be exact, live music with the actors playing the guitars on stage, singing songs on stage, please listen to this conversation. Fell in love with it as soon as I read it. We've been working on it ever since. I think it's a wonderful piece about dreams, about friendships, about fatherhood, and about men pursuing their dreams of being who they are for their families, for the people that they love. The play starts with two men in a bar. One man is noticeably disturbed, and the other man is he's the owner of the bar. He's there working. He's just working, but it's any kind of regular day um, in life in this bar. But what happens is a young man comes into this bar. This bar is, in this young man's mind, a famous bar because one of his favorite musicians is has been famously remembered to have died in the bar. And so the young man comes into the bar, and it's a shift in the atmosphere because the young man was on his way to sell his guitar, and the bar is right next to the pawn shop. And so it begins a kind of a journey of exploration about why was this young kid going to sell his guitar? who is this older man who's noticeably disturbed, and the other man that is in the bar, who's running this bar, and the relationships begin to develop through conversation of why the young man is in the bar, who this older man is, who and why is he disturbed, and this other man who knows the disturbed man. We find out that they've been knowing each other for quite some time. So, and the relationships again that happen within. The young man also we discover is married to a young woman. She comes in search for the young man to the bar, and that helps develop that story as well. And then there are some surprises and some things that happen within those relationships. And again, it's really a journey on what does it mean to pursue your dreams? What are the challenges within, particularly for men, when they're starting families, and maybe, the question is, do the responsible thing or pursue your dreams? And so that is a part of the discussion. And then what does it mean to be a friend and to be loyal and to handle your responsibilities? So a lot of those themes get talked through, discussed within the men in the bar. And you leave with things to question, to ponder about your life, the directions you've chosen, and how you can maybe make wiser decisions moving forward. The music is all music that come from actual artists, maybe not famously known artists, but they are real songs written from real artists, country and blues artists. Mark Hurd is one of them. He wrote most of the songs within the piece. Mark Hurd is a former friend of the writer Tim Alderson. Tim Alderson and him. Tim used to be in the music business, AR director, working with artists, some years ago in his younger years. And Mark was one of his closest friends. Mark passed away some time ago. And so Tim used these songs as kind of the undercurrent or the spine of this play. There are other musicians that have songs in it, but Mark Hurd is the main one. And so it's just wonderfully woven into the journey of an artist again, and songwriters, and in the play, the young man and the disturbed man, they play their guitars in the bar. So it's live music. It's real musicianship. They sing the songs live. So without any microphones or anything, it's just an intimate conversation. It's like songwriters sharing songs with one another and discussing life and their journey. So it's a really unique and special piece, beautifully crafted by Tim. And again, audiences are enjoying it. To read it moves you, and to experience it is just even a step further than that. In the role of preacher, we have David Atkinson. He's does a lot of theater, but also film and television as well. A wonderful actor. This is our second time working with him. In the role of Johnson, I spoke of, it's Leonard Earl Howes. Does a lot of TV and film, and has done. He comes from the theater. Again, I spoke about him. And in the role of Harley, the young man, we have Sam. He, again, just an extremely talented young man, can play the guitar like you can imagine, and his wonderful vocal skills, but also is just so genuine in his demeanor, and is able to have, a conversation on stage that you feel is honest. And the young woman playing his wife is Nat'l, and she brings a wonderful strength to the Destiny character, and a warmth of encouragement, uh, and just that name, Destiny. Of there's a line in the show that she says, "If you know your destination, you'll know which road to take." And so there's that worrying that her significant other is navigating, and he's trying to figure out which fork in the road should he take, and she kind of helps him stick to the truth, to his true nature, to who he was meant to be, the gift that he has to offer this world. When coming to see Salvage, I would love for the audience to leave with a sense of purpose, a sense of fellowship, uh, um, what it means to be a friend, what it means to be a supportive uh, partner in someone's life. And of course, I would love for an audience to believe in themselves, that they can pursue their dreams, and whatever their giftedness is, that they should pursue that, to share it with the world. And that by doing that, by being their true selves, that they really are offering the greatest gift to our lives, and to the lives of those around them. Sometimes doing what the world thinks is the responsible thing is irresponsible to your family and to those that love you and to who gave you the gift. I'm a believer in God. I believe in God. I believe that we've been given gifts to share. So we are doing a disservice to our lives and to the lives around us when we are not sharing those gifts, that giftedness. So that's what I would love for the audience to leave with, a sense of purpose. I look for integrity. I look for honest impulses. I'm always looking for the moment when you don't see the acting, that you feel like it really is something happening right in front of you, that is real. Um, when I'm directing, I'm hoping to disappear. I'm hoping that they don't see the direction of it. They see that this is a real life moment happening right now. Um, and so, within the actors, I'm looking for honesty. I'm looking for them to be grounded in themselves, but also the characters and the story. Um, Again, the other part with me is the words are paramount. It's the story. We're storytellers first. The acting is just a side piece to it. But so yeah, I'm looking for honesty. I'm looking for truth. I'm looking for a genuine connection. You should come to see Salvage because, number one, it's a beautiful story. Number two, the music is gorgeous. You will be moved. And number three is because your life will be, changed in some way. Everyone can see themselves in this story in some way or another, whether you are an artist or not. It's really taps into who you are as a person and how you are connecting to those around you, and that we all are in relationship, and that this play will speak to that, to make. And again, I love that quote, put the mirror up to nature. It puts the mirror up to nature, this piece, and we can see ourselves and be made better, moving forward, to make a wiser choice, or to reconnect with someone that maybe you are disconnected to, that doesn't need to be that way. This story is unique to me because I see myself in at least all the men in the story. Um, I am a father. I am an artist. I am someone that has faith, and I actually was a preacher for a while. So when my daughter was born, who was my oldest child, I was walking that fine line of, do I get a regular job or do I continue to pursue my dreams? And at the time, I had to do both. So I was working the graveyard shift at a bank, in the back office, and in the day I was auditioning and teaching and doing those things. And so I can relate very deeply to Harley's pivot in life, or the fork in the road that he's facing. I've been there. Again, I was a preacher for a while, so I understand preacher's perspective of wanting to do what he felt was the right thing to do at that time in his life and share the good news of faith. Um, I also can relate to Johnson. Johnson is the responsible man. He took on a responsible job and he just rode that out for the rest of, as the story goes, for the rest of his life as it stands. I can relate to that. I can relate to getting a job with benefits so that I can provide for my family. Um, so it's deeply personal for me because of those things that as I read these stories, I've gotten to know these characters, I see myself in them in some way or another. But I also know that it's not just me. I know that I know a lot of men and women who deal and struggle with these choices in life throughout their lives, particularly for artists, because you know there's only a few people that not a few. There's a good number of people that become rich and famous, and I tell my students all the time, I cannot guarantee you riches or fame, but I can guarantee that you will do quality work wherever you go if you are committed to the process. If you're committed to the process, if you're working on yourself daily, you will always do quality work wherever you go. Riches and fame, I cannot guarantee you. And as a person that is now 45 years old and been doing this again since I was about 12 years old, I've had moments in my life where I've made a lot of money doing this and made no money for doing it. And I still am drawn to it. I still love what I get a chance to do because it's not about the riches and fame. It is about the relationships that are formed. And so that is invaluable. The friendships I've made, the lives that I've touched, that I've been touched by, and the lives that I'm, have been told have touched. That's the blessing. The blessing is the relationships, and knowing that what is flowing through you, that gift that is flowing through you, is making a difference. I hope it has a touring life, some type of a touring life. I would love to take it, through the southern states, maybe Nashville. Um, I also think it could have an off-Broadway life. I think this music, I don't know how this music will play in New York, but the story will definitely land for artists in that city for sure. So I do hope that it has a touring life in some aspect. But I've been encouraging Tim to make a film version of this. I think that this has a film life. Um, and again, I love film as well. So it's wonderful when you can, you capture a moment and it's that way for infinity. I think that this can be a moving piece in the film world as well. Hello, my name is Damian D. Lewis, and I am the director of Salvage, a wonderful piece about pursuing your dreams and about friendship and about being a man in this world. Please come out to see this wonderful production written by Tim Alderson. It's at the Hudson Theater, performing now, and it runs through November 14th. We still have tickets available, and you don't want to miss this. Friday, Saturday, Sunday matinees, a wonderful piece with music, live music that will stick with you. You'll be humming it on the way home. And for those of you that particularly like country music, you definitely don't want to miss this. Salvage.